Hello. Good morning. Good morning. How are you? How you feeling? Let's talk about the latest immigration news, okay? Recent post. Latest immigration news. How are you? How you feeling? Let's get right into it. I want to share my screen so we can get into it. Let me share my screen. Hi, how are you, Patel? How you feeling? If you have a question, Patel, you can just put it in the comment section, okay? Yeah, if you have a question, please put it in the comment section. We're just catching up on the latest immigration news, okay? We are just talking about immigration news, the latest immigration news. If you have a question, I'm trying to post this on my IG. Okay, my son is turning now. Is there any chance for me to? No, your son is a U.S. citizen. The son has to be 21 in order for the son to apply for you. 21. 18. You have 3 more years to go. Okay? 21. Yeah, so 21. Once your son turns 21, then your son can file a I-130 petition for you. Okay? And if you're not in removal, then they can file concurrently with the green card application. So the simple answer is no until the son turns 21. Okay? 3 more years. It goes fast. Don't worry about it. It goes fast. So yeah, don't worry about it. It goes faster. Anyway, so we are talking about the latest immigration news, okay? We have a lot to discuss. If you have a question, please put it in the comment section. We just want to answer questions, but meanwhile, we can share the screen and talk about what's actually happening. We know that in Louisiana, okay? Louisiana, there's ICE raids going on in Louisiana, strong ICE raid is happening in Louisiana. If you know somebody in Louisiana, just let them know to be careful as far as their whereabouts is concerned. Just Louisiana, and we have Indianapolis, Minneapolis. What else? The target over there is Somali and Somali immigrants. Okay, but again, if you live in those area, just know that a lot is happening. Um, or if you know somebody who's living there in that specific area. So let's try to share the screen here and see what we can come up with. Okay, we have the first news here. U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services establishes new center to strengthen immigration screening and target bad actors. What is this going to do? It's just going to pretty much delay applications, okay? Applications are going to be delayed because if they have to do second screening, it's just going to get delayed. That's just something to be aware of, okay? It happened on the 5th, but anyway, today U.S. Citizen and Immigration Services announced the establishment of a specialized unit to strengthen the ability of American immigration system to screen out terrorists, criminal alien, and other foreign nationals who pose potential threat to the public safety and who have committed fraud and other crime. Fraud and other crime. The biggest one, if the person has serious criminal history, of course, we agree, terrorists, we agree they have to be screened and perhaps be deported. But what I'm concerned here is fraud. Gotta be careful with the type of applications you are filing and the documentation that the person is providing, because sometimes it's not like your fault per se, but the document that you're providing, if it's fraudulent, then that could lead to you being charged with fraud. So you really have to make sure that you verify the document that you are presenting. Okay. The center will utilize Department of Homeland Security and other law enforcement and intelligence community screening resources to conduct this critical work, and will be tasked with conducting reviews of pending application. You see, they're saying that they're going to review, first of all, refugees who enter in the United States under the Biden administration program. They're going to review their applications and if they have pending asylum or pending green card application, going to review even their own status. They're going to review what they have. So review prioritized applications for presidential designated country of concern. The 19 countries that we already know, those people are going to be reviewed no matter what. But the other people too can be reviewed. That's why I'm going back here. Fraud or other crimes. Nowadays, if a person is charged with theft crime, it's mandatory detention. You just have to know that. And if we have those other crimes here, the one that I want people to pay attention to is DUI, driving under the influence of alcohol. This is major. And as a matter of fact, there is a bill that was introduced, and I think it passed to the House of Representatives. But anyway, if it becomes law, DUI will be a deportable offense. Person will be deported. So those are the things you really have to be careful. Fraud, sometimes it's just like, it's like low-key fraud because you're not really aware the type of document you're producing for asylum application, for marriage petition. When it comes down to fraud, you have to look at the marriage green card base and the asylum. Those are the major things that fraud get involved in. Because sometimes people will present documentation of divorce. It's not really verified, doesn't come from authority that are supposed to issue those type of certificate. Yeah, asylum application, if the statement it has misrepresentation, that's fraud, So those are the things that you have to be careful. Let me stop right here, take questions. Yeah, do we have questions here? Okay, let's take questions first. Okay, I had the I-360, I-765 form now showing correspondence with succeed. What does it mean? Just the way the sentence says, since 2022, they're just reviewing it. So you never receive a receipt from it. I-360, is it based on VAWA? Your I-360, is it based on VAWA? VAWA is going under a lot of investigation and scrutiny. That's why it's taking too much time nowadays. VAWA, and not to mention VAWA application, people will be interviewed. Yeah, that one even started under Trump, under Biden. So when you send it in 2022, did you receive a receipt? Yeah, that's the first question. Yes, you receive a receipt. Yeah, it simply means that they're reviewing the application. Nothing really, to be honest. 2022, and VAWA is taking like 4 years, unless now they say that they're gonna decentralize it, like they're gonna process the application in your state. They're gonna send it in your specific state. Maybe it's going to take less than 4 years. I don't know. But it simply means that they're reviewing it. Nothing really. If they need anything, they'll send you a letter. Trust me. Hello, good morning. Please, my friend have a decision on extending review 30 months. The countries among. Oh, now it's your friend just has to wait because the country is they're pretty much vetting. They're doing extra investigation. So now that those countries are on a pause, he just has to wait. Nothing he can do about it. He just has to wait until the ban is lifted. Then they're gonna review the application. So they're just basically investigating more. If they find out that he has criminal record, then the application is gonna get denied. But if he has nothing, then nothing's gonna happen. But it's just that there's nothing he can do about it at this moment. He just has to wait. That's it. All right. Okay. Okay. You have a green card based on what? Is your green card based on asylum and you went back to your country? That's a problem. That's a serious problem. I have a green card. I'm a green card holder based on asylum. First of all, when you have a green card based on asylum, you cannot go home in your country because your asylum was based on fear of persecution in your country. So the moment you're going back to your country, it means you don't fear any persecution. Then they can take your, then they will find, then they can say that the asylum was a lie. That's you can't go back to your country when you have asylum green cards based on asylum. You cannot. That's a big no. It even says it on the asylum when they grant you asylum, the letter that they sent to you, everything is written there. What you cannot do. That's bad news. So just yeah, you can only pray that they don't investigate because the moment they find out that you went in your country, your asylum will be revoked because it's gonna be like this person was just lying to get asylum. There's no persecution. There's no persecution. That's yeah. That's just it's a big no. Okay. Okay. So let's go back to other news that we have here. If you have an additional question, please put it in the comment section. Additional question, just put it in the comment section. Okay. So let me see in the schedule. Is the ombudsman office is back? Really? I don't know. I thought it was gone. DHS terminates temporary protection for Haiti. That we know, right? It's just like it's official now. Until February 3rd, 2026, the work permit will expire. This is, we already know, it's old news. Okay, let's see the news here. ICE has arrested nearly 70,000 people with no criminal history. So sometimes if you just wrong place, wrong time, you get picked up by this ICE. Okay. Okay. What I'm saying is that you cannot go to your country, period, because your asylum, your green card is based on asylum. That's it. That's just what you have to know. You cannot go. You can do what you want, but you cannot go back to your country. So the moment they find out that you went to your country, it's over. That's just something to keep in mind. Can I travel with advanced parole after removal or termination based on VAWA proof? I-485 pending. Oh, nowadays traveling on advanced parole is so dangerous. Remember, they're doing secondary questioning for VAWA people. You know, um, VAWA is approved, but the green card is still pending. What about you just wait for the green card to be approved? Now there's a lot of that. If I mean, if you don't have any criminal history, maybe you can try it, but it's just unnecessary risk. Uh, it's, yeah, it's. I'm not advising anybody to do that. If it's just like they just want to go on vacation, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not advising anybody to do that. How about you just wait for the green card, okay? Yeah, to be honest, I'm not advising anybody to do it because nowadays it's just like people just even green card holder get detained, right? So you really have to look at your criminal history to find out if you have criminal history, you have traffic violation type of ticket that you didn't pay the fine. They'll find something, right? So nowadays, not a good, especially for VAWA, it's clear that they're doing secondary questioning, even if the VAWA is approved. So that's just something to keep in mind. If it's not an emergency, just wait for the green card, okay? What else we have here? Okay, so what else we have here? We already know that the validity period of the work permit went from 5 years to 18 months for major categories. That we already know. Um, I think that's the major news here. Let me see. I just want to take question basically. Okay, so we have so that's, I guess those are the major news. In Illinois, the government signs bill imposing new limits on immigration enforcement. Around the courthouse, they don't want it around the courthouse. So, but yeah. Do we have any other questions? If we don't have questions, then we can. Oh, it's two. Oh my goodness, this lightning. Sometime I wonder. Yeah. Do we have any additional question? Do we have additional questions so we can wrap up? Do we have additional questions? If we don't have additional questions, we're going to stop here. We come back when we have more to discuss. Or if there's a news, I can make a short video. Okay. Thank you.